Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 14 of the Newcastle United career mode here on FIFA 19. Today we start with an FA Cup game against West Ham, and then midweek the following week, things get a little bit more difficult. It's Manchester City at home for the end of the transfer window. Now, at this stage, I believe I've done all of the deals I want to do. However, I am still open to the opportunity of perhaps signing someone else on a pre-contract, although initially I said I didn't really want to sign more than 2 players. And I have signed Eduardo Salvio and Diego Reyes. So I'll wait. What I'm basically doing now is waiting to see if anything happens with regards to the Kieran Clark sale. If that goes through, I will probably buy a couple of youth staff and look to bring in a couple of youth players if we possibly can, some high quality youth staff. So we'll have to wait and see how things progress and develop throughout the remainder of the window, but we shall start away from home against West Ham and hope in the FA Cup to get ourselves through to the next round. We do need progression to satisfy the board's demands. That is necessary for us to ensure that the board have that option ticked. Now, we shall give Chilwell a start here as well as Wagner. There you go. And what I may do actually is give Manquillo a game at right back as well, and we'll throw Freddie Woodman in. We'll put players like Mo Diame on the bench. We'll do the same with Henri Saive, who might well be leaving us next season. In fact, I'm hoping will be leaving us next season, and we'll throw Wilson on the bench too. Right. West Ham in the Cup, followed by City in the league. We're playing in the snow at the London Stadium. I need a win to satisfy the board, so let's try and do that. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on more. 2 wins today. It's probably a bit much to ask, actually, thinking about it. A win in the Cup and anything against City that isn't a defeat. Lucas Fabianski in goal, while Buena and Ogbonna at centre-back. It's a relatively strong formation, a relatively strong starting 11, should I say. I'm not sure what to expect from West Ham. I just want to win. Felipe Anderson, forward there to Arnautovic. Back to Felipe again. Obiang to Gabamin. Obiang, Arnautovic, out to Yarmolenko. Arnautovic supposedly has 3 goals in his last 3 games, so he's going to be the danger man for them going forward. Although I seem to remember Yarmolenko having a very good game against me last time we played West Ham. Never an easy game, West Ham United. Regardless of what sort of form they're in, that is a lovely ball through to Muto. Regardless of what sort of form they're in, they're always pretty difficult. Oh my lord. Muto. Mate. What was that? That was outrageously poor. Surely we've got to put that down to the conditions. He can't be that bad, can he?
Bit predictable with the passing and the opposition able to deal with.
Good move. Kennedy needs people to arrive, and they are arriving late. Obiang gets that away. Maximilian Philip will turn. Find Matt Ritchie. Get it back on his left. Philip with the early shot. Simple for Fabianski, straight down the middle at him, but another chance was created here. Muto with the first. Maximilian Philip with the second. Shelby. Oh, can't find Philip for a second chance.
Anticipating the pass.
Arnautovic. Pedro Obiang. Don't want to commit too far across. It's a nice attempted ball. Nice idea, but poorly executed in the end. Ritchie, well, was meant to go all the way across to Jonjo Shelby, but it will eventually reach him. His head must be quite cold, playing in snow like this with a bald head. Gabame into Felipe Anderson. Here's Obiang. Ball to Arnautovic. To Gabama again. Arnautovic, Carlos Sanchez. Oh, it's just a superbly worked goal. Just a brilliantly worked goal. Marco Arnautovic makes it West Ham 1, Newcastle 0 in the 40th minute. It's just good football. Nothing more. Oh, nothing more than good football. Across to Chilwell. Starting on the back foot here in this second half. 1-0 down. After that Arnautovic finish. Philip looking for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who very nearly, immediately at the beginning of the half, brought us back level. Ritchie will deliver the corner. It's a good one. Pedro Obiang flicks away though. There's some really tall and physical, strong players in their starting lineup, West Ham United. They are very difficult to play against. We're finding that to be the case again here. Shea will get this forward looking for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and there he is. Tackled, but it will drop to Shelby. Go to RLC again, who spun well. Out to Richie. There's Muto. Can't get to the ball though, unfortunately. Win that header. Oh, we did, Manquillo. Unfortunately, just flicked it backwards out for a West Ham throw. That's not gone according to plan at all, has it? Back again. There's the early delivery. Headed away by Fabian Schär. Obiang picks up the loose ball. Kabama. Back to Obiang again. They play such nice football, West Ham. It's hard to keep up with at times. Yarmolenko to Arnautovic again. Shelby in the way. Drops to Obiang, whose shot's blocked. And Yarmolenko fires them 2-0 in front. Oh, I got slightly unlucky there. We kept them out for a little while. Blocks on a couple of shots. Then it drops to Yarmolenko's left foot, which, given a little bit of space, can always punish you. And it has done so here. West Ham 2, Newcastle 0. Looks like we're going out of the FA Cup at the round of 32 stage, which will again further disappoint the board of directors, which is not what we need right now, to be completely honest. There's that back there to Felipe Hansen, whipped in and not quite headed away. Guyano will pick up the loose ball. Now it's headed away. Counter, let's go, boys. He's making the run there, Philip. I asked him to, and he did, but Muto's really not impressing in this game whatsoever. Felipe Anderson around the corner to Marko Arnautovic. Turns well. Trying to close him down with Wagner. Couldn't get there. Shelby steals the ball away. Make me runs I can use, please. Maximilian Philip has done. That's a nice turn to get away from Guyano. He's going to drive in towards the box. And Maximilian Philip pulls us one back. We're not out. Oh, pick the ball up. We're not out the FA Cup just yet. Not yet. 2-1. Obiang back to Kabama. To Obiang again. RLC with a nice challenge. Quickly up his feet. Ritchie forward to Muto. His high work rates do affect his overall play, Muto. Shelby will look for Philip. It's a poor pass again. I just haven't been as good offensively as West Ham have been in this game. They've been playing some really nice possession, playing on the edge of the box throughout the game, and it has worked very well. My attempts to do something similar have not worked as well, but we might yet have the opportunity to equalise. Ritchie, no foul given. Oh, and it's going to drop free to a West Ham man. I thought for a moment there, as I turned inside, I'd done enough to work a shot away, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And we are out of the FA Cup. Our cup runs in both competitions come to an end, and we have solely the league to focus on at this stage. And to be honest, I can't deny them that win, West Ham. They were just quite simply better than me. So we'll jump back to the transfer window, see if there's any confirmation of the movement of Kieran Clark, which there isn't at this. Oh no, there might be, which there isn't at this stage. And then head towards the game against Manchester City and take it from there. Of course, we will have a quick train in the meantime. Had a transfer offer from Inter Milan come in for Iosi Perez. I will most certainly be rejecting. Surprised to see a side of the likes of Inter interested in Iosi. He is, I believe, my top goal scorer this season. We shall have a quick look at the stats. Yes, he is, with 8 in 25, 6 in 21 in the Premier League. My top goal scorer this year, but I don't quite think he's up to Inter Milan levels of standard. We've got, oh there you go, Kieran Clark sold, 5.5 million added to my transfer budget. I will now, actually how much have I got? It's not enough to buy anyone in. It's just not enough. I could go out and make another 4 pre-contract signings, but that would just be abusing the system, and I really don't want to do that. Not in season 1. Not in season 1. Let's plan for the future, and let's hire some top quality scouts. Henry Harrison, and we'll also bring in Branimir Knežević. Oh no, man. Oh, and I can't quite afford Cedric Vermeulen. Can I, if I readjust my budget, there we go, I should be able to, maybe. Get it over, yeah. Let's go and sign the 5-star guy as well. We're going to invest in the future rather than investing in the now. And we'll see if that actually works in our favour. We'll send you to England because Why not? For 9 months. Vermeulen, we shall send you to Spain, I think. Let's send you to Spain. Can we get some Spanish youngsters in that might be any good? And then Branimir, we shall send him to Deutschland. Right, 3 new scouts in. Let's hope that with the introduction of them, we can find some really top quality youth prospects to come into the mix. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not overly confident, but I said at the beginning of the transfer window I didn't want to overly utilise the pre-contract system. I didn't want to abuse it. I wanted to make sure that we made maybe 2 at most signings, which we have done, and we'll now start to invest in youth, and hopefully we can avoid defeat against City and not end up losing both of today's games, and then we'll end the transfer window on deadline day. Right, City. Claudio Bravo in goal. Walker, Laporte, Stones and Telles at the back. That's a strong defensive line. Godfrey, Fernandinho and Javi Martinez in the midfield. With Bernardo Silva, Aguero and Sané up top. Other than Godfrey, you'd say that's near enough a full-strength Manchester City side. Edison as well being in goal ahead of Claudio Bravo. But still a very, very capable City side that we will have to be at our very best to try and keep out for the majority of the game. I was meant to fulfill it. Oh, we could have started off with the best of opportunities to go 1-0 up there. If only it had played the pass where I wanted it to. Oh, God, that's a lovely pass looking for Leroy Sané. Dubravka's calm and he'll get there. Sergio Aguero. I love that. Thank you to Marcel. Oh, gets it off him, but then the pass is wayward. Walker steps in. Bernardo Silva tried to jink past me there. Max will get that forward to Kennedy. Kyle Walker's recovered positionally. Maximilian Philip even gets away from the defenders. Key into Iosi Perez. Targeted by Inter Milan now, of course, but not going anywhere. I see Shelby arriving through there. Jonjo Shelby with a chance. Jonjo Shelby blocked by Kyle Walker. The header from Kennedy is poor. And Claudio Bravo saves. Great run from deep in the midfield by Jonjo Shelby. Unfortunately, Kyle Walker is just too quick. Oh, given away. Oh, twice. Aguero. Out to Sané. Back to Javi Martinez. Into Leroy Sané again. Fernandinho to Godfrey. On the corner to Sergio Aguero. Ooh, Martinez. Whipped wide from Javi Martinez. Worth an effort, I guess, but of all the players in their midfield and forward, they'd want to have an effort like that. Javi Martinez is probably bottom of the list. He gave it a good old go, though. Key steals the ball away from him there. It's a poor pass from Richie. It was meant to return it to Key, and it went towards Shelby. Sané into Aguero. Is that loss of possession going to ultimately cost us a goal? Here's Fernandinho into Godfrey. Bernardo Silva, don't let him on his left. We did well. Godfrey flicks that on, and Dubravka will eventually pick the ball up. Oh, bloody hell. Aguero, back there to Fernandinho, forward into Godfrey. Nicely into Javi Martinez. He's Sergio Aguero. I went for the ball and he got nutmegged. Is he onside here, Aguero? No, he is not. Offside, no goal. Thank you, linesman. Very nicely worked by City. Perhaps disappointed not to have gotten a block on the initial, or in the initial build-up where it went through the defender's legs. And it's very tight, but correct decision. Sergio Aguero to Javi Martinez. Turns well. Sané, try and get in there with Shelby. Not sure whether I did anything there, but Leroy Sané couldn't get the pass to his intended recipient. Shelby will fire this out wide here to Max. Get it down the line, looking for Kennedy, who's in space. City lacklustre positionally at the beginning of this second half. Iosi Perez can't get it. Oh, Jonjo. Jonjo. I don't know what that was. Danny Parejo has arrived at Tottenham, apparently, from Valencia for £44 million. I could do with someone of that quality, because he certainly wouldn't have spooned that effort the same way that Jonjo Shelby did just there. Here's Leroy Sané in behind. I'm going to have to draw Jamal Lascelles out of position. Sané with the early ball. Aguero, I did get to it, chested it down, but thankfully it just rebounded in my favour. Kennedy will retrieve that first. Walker's come across. Key will turn. We'll look for Maximilian Philip, but Laporte read that and flew forward for the interception. David Silva with the turn and then the ball over the top. Both Silvers on the pitch now. Manchester City. David has come on for Godfrey. Maximilian Philip in there to Ozzy Perez. People running all around me. Fernandinho gets the tackle in. Trying to work that out wide, but Alex Telles cuts it out. Frustrating game so far, probably for both sides, to be fair. 0-0 as we head past the hour mark. And in all honesty, I'd still, despite the frustrating nature of this game, be very happy with a point and a 0-0 draw, to be fair. We're pushing the top half of the table in the league, which is dangerously high for this Newcastle side. But defeat here certainly wouldn't help us. If we can get a point, we'll go a long, long way. Javi Martinez to Leroy Sané. Alex Telles back to Javi Martinez. There's the ball in. Aguero with a header. I might not be getting my points go a long, long way. One disallowed earlier on in the game for offside. It's a great header. It's played behind him and he's had to arch his back and really change his position to head that home. I don't know why I phrased it that way. Changed his positional stance. Stepped and stooping low as well. Dubravka tries. Oh, he did just perhaps tip it. Nowhere near enough though. Aguero in the 69th minute. City 1, Newcastle 0. That might be it. Ozzy Perez around the corner there to Key. Through the gap to Philip. Chonjo. Kennedy's there. We were able to get one back against West Ham. If we can do that against City, that was meant for John Joe Shelby. If we can do that against City, then it will be a draw. I'm going to take John Joe Shelby off. He's not had the best of games. We're going to throw Ruben Loftus-Cheek in. And what I'm going to do is bring Dwight Gale on for Kennedy, but throw Maximilian Philip out wide. Because he can play in a wide role, Maximilian Philip. And he's a decent player too. Javi Martinez with the ball through, looking for the run. Bernardo Silva, but he won't be found. So, I tried to play that to the right back, and he's tried to play it to Ritchie, and that could cost me here. Sergio Aguero, it has cost me. That's infuriating. If it was my mistake, then fine. And it does appear that it was my mistake. I tried to aim that to the right back, and initially I was, but I just rotated my thumb a little bit too much, and then it registered as going to Matt Ritchie. Gave it to Sané, and then the rest is history. 2-0 City. 2 defeats for us today. No points in the league, no progression in the cup. Pain in the arse. Loftus-Cheek. Max got there. I don't know what was going on with that pass. It was awful. Max will deliver this to the back post and headed away by Walker, only as far as Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh! Nearly. Very, very nearly. Javi Martinez going off. Not sure who's come on in his place just yet. Decent delivery, but Sané heads away. Dropped to RLC again. Missed again. Oh, it's Kevin De Bruyne that came on. Wonderful. Well, that'll be a corner, though. We're not out of it yet. We could score 2. I mean, we probably won't, but we could. Key will recover this. And I've got a couple of people in the box to aim for. Dwight Gale's dipping. Or dropping, even. I'm going to say dipping. Ozzy Perez back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ritchie, I tried to just get the turn in so I could get it out wide to the overlapping man. Oh, and as I dived in for that challenge, David Silva gets away from Philip Max. Down the line for Bernardo Silva, but he's run out of stamina and he won't get to it. Jamal Lascelles forward, given away. Philip can't get to it, and that will certainly seal our fate in this one. Hopefully other teams around us in the league lose as well, and it won't affect our overall league position too much. But for now, we are going to have to settle for 2 defeats in today's episode, which is really, really frustrating. We've got Tottenham on the horizon in just a couple of days' time as well, at the beginning of the new year. So it's not going to get any easier for us at this stage of the season, but we got a shock win against Chelsea, so I mean, I've already got 3 points from a game where I didn't expect anything. I wouldn't have expected anything against City either. So I'm still actually doing better than initially we thought we might do. Tottenham and Wolves tomorrow, and then we'll have the traditional out of window scout report, squad report. Oh, I'm messing all my words up today. Squad report, so we can see who's done what in regards to their player growth this season. You may have seen there, Memphis Depay confirmed as moving to Real Madrid for £47.5 million. It is the highest deal of the transfer window so far, ahead of Danny Parejo to Tottenham, as we saw earlier on in game, and then Julian Brandt from Leverkusen to Dortmund for £35.9 million. Barcelona signed Jerome Boateng, as you can see. Jean-Paul Mtep has gone to Lazio, and Roberto Pereira has gone to Germany, to Leverkusen. We'll see what else happens in this window with regards to the latest deals. Again, as that Depay to Real Madrid one to confirm it. Jovetic has gone on loan from Monaco to Gangon. Transfer for Jamal Lascelles that I shall be rejecting. My best centre-back. My number one centre-back. Staying put. Thank you very much. Another offer perhaps here. Indeed it is. From Chelsea this time for Jamal Lascelles. Very popular man. The initial bid that came in for him in the summer was from Buenos Aires, with his growth so far this year and his top quality performances attracting offers from higher reputable clubs. Ooh, two big deals made now. Are you going to show here? No. Sergio Busquets from Barcelona to Manchester City for £63.8 million. And Nabil Fekir has gone to Dortmund from Olympique Lyon for £50.7 million. Some really big deals going through in the latter stages of transfer deadline day. Udinese have offered for DeAndre Yedlin, but that will be turned down. And then, with just 1 hour to go, we shall have a look and see what every club in the Premier League did, and have a further look at those bigger deals in the transfer window. So Arsenal, Merkelans in, Oyarzabal in, Holding, Welbeck, Bellerin out, Flavio Chakachue, someone in at Bournemouth alongside Del Valle, King, Ake and Sermon out, Lato, Gabriel and Defoe in at Brighton with Bong going out, Embolo, Zinchenko and Bottega in at Burnley with Ward, Barnes, Mee and Defoe out. All transfers either loan or pre-contracts. Maupay and Garcia in at Cardiff. Maupay was on loan this window because, of course, we played against Cardiff yesterday and he played for them. Cunningham out. Chelsea have signed Nuhu and sold or loaned out Zappacosta, Čorić and Welbeck in at Palace with Townsend going out. Lapshov, Williams and Valencia in at Everton with Seamus Coleman leaving. Zobnin in at Fulham, keeping their squad intact. Augustinson, Origi and Lukaku. Huddersfield losing Meunier though on loan or a pre-contract. Ibarra, Asako and D'Ambrosio in at Leicester with Amate out. Minala and Ilyaramendi coming in at Liverpool with Origi and Moreno going out. Godfrey in as well as Busquets for City. Diaz and Zinchenko out on loan. Gulam in at Man United with Williams, Herrera and Valencia going out. Salvio and Reyes in for me on pre-contracts. Kieran Clark going out for a £8 million fee. Abate, Coleman and Sarr in at Southampton with Wesley Hoot, Ryan Bertrand and Nathan Redmond leaving either on loan or on pre-contracts. Balotelli in at Tottenham on a pre-contract, as well as Danny Parejo for £44 million, as we saw. Victor Wanyama leaving for £18.4 million. Watford signing Rebic, Abraham and Unas on pre-contracts or loans, with Holebas, Pereira and Hughes leaving. Kieran Clark in at West Ham from me. Diop and Carroll out at West Ham. And Bracalo and Assad in at Wolves, with Jota leaving. Of course, we do face Wolves in the episode tomorrow. Transfer deadline day has ended. £451.91 million spent. We'll have a quick look at the largest fees paid for players in that window, all told. And the biggest ones we saw was Busquets. Thiago was in the summer. Fekir was also there. Depay is the third biggest. Danny Parejo, Ilyaramendi, Willian Jose from Real Sociedad to Juventus for 41.5 is certainly a move that nobody would have predicted. Anything else? Oh, Manu Trigueros went through in November outside of the transfer window. We had Leverkusen selling Brandt. We saw that earlier on. We drew attention to that earlier on. Boateng to Barcelona was £30.9 million. Oyarzabal to Arsenal was 27.6. Anything else? Zobnin was 22.3 as we saw. Husai to Besiktas for 22 million. Bender of the Lars as opposed to the Sven. To Real Betis. Gulam, as we saw, 19.1. Any other? Victor Wanyama went to Fiorentina for that £18.4 million deal. And Fazer into Villarreal from Benfica for 17.5. And Diaz to Monaco from Benfica as well. They're sending a centre-back and a CDM. Benfica for a total of just over £30 million. Well, that's where we'll end it today. We are still top of the bottom half in the Premier League. Level on points, though, with Manchester United. Only goal difference separates us from them, although they do have 2 games in hand. And then there's a bit of a gap to Leicester and Spurs. At the bottom, we still remain 6 points above the drop zone. Palace on 24. Southampton actually recovered slightly. And with the game in hand, could actually get themselves out of the relegation zone. Initially, yes, at the end of yesterday's episode, I said they looked kind of doomed. They are not. Southampton on somewhat of a comeback, as we did with them last year on FIFA 18. Are they going to do it again? We'll wait and see. Tomorrow will be Tottenham and Wolves and a squad report, and then it'll be Huddersfield, Burnley and West Ham. Oh, God, West Ham again. As we push on towards the end of the season. But for today, thank you very much for watching My Player Out later tonight, and I'll see you later.